Hello, this is Edwin Dearborn. Come to you live here on Facebook. I've got my coffee, and here we are. I'm doing this Facebook Live as a follow-up to an article that I just completed. This morning I got up very, very early. Felt motivated to get up early. I tend to go to bed early. And I wanted to share with you a viewpoint that kind of hit me, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I get these kind of inspirations, wrote down some notes, and then I completed the article about an hour ago, posted it. And it's titled, it's right here in the title of the Facebook, why getting back to normal is a non-survival strategy for business. Why is it a non-survival strategy for business? I think you could agree with me that we are living in extraordinary times. Just let's take a look at the ramifications of what just occurred here. We had, on a global basis, businesses and industries completely shut down because of a virus. I won't get into all the conjecture of who did it. That's another conversation for another day, or why they did it. Again, another conversation another day. The fact is that it happened, and we are now sitting in the ramifications of this shutdown. We had a government, our government, and I'm talking to Americans, and I'm sure this is true of other nations. Some of us were deemed as non-essential. It's funny, I consider my business essential, and my bills are essential, and my rent is essential, and I'm sure it is with you too. But with one swipe of a pen, people were put out of business and put into misery. And I guarantee you the $1,200 that's coming is not going to alleviate the vast majority of people and the suffering they have. So if we're going to want to get back to the normal, let me just state something here that may be controversial. Our previous normal set us up for the new normal. We obviously had habits and routines that allowed us to be affected by this in a negative way. Did we have the reserves in place to survive such a shutdown? Did we have a contingency plan to operate despite the fact that we might be shut down? We didn't even consider it. See, what this virus found was our own blind spots, our own lack of policy, our own lack of protocols, our inability to adapt to rapid changing situations that, yes, while they may be out of our control and we did not cause them, we still live in this global village where we have to somehow survive. The bills still keep coming. Our children still have to be fed. We still have to survive. So for me, the idea of getting back to normal is like, no. I don't want to go back to the condition of having blind spots and weaknesses that set me up for failure again. Because unfortunately, I believe that there are some unsavory individuals and groups on this planet that seeing this as an example and are going, what a perfect way to bring America and the economy to its knees. See, not only are we learning from it, but so are the nefarious factors of this planet. There is evil on this planet. Just read history. Don't think that they haven't taken note. My question is, I'm not worried whether they've taken note. My question is, have you taken note? Are you now sitting down and going, okay, I don't want to go back to the old normal because that led me to this normal. It's not even normal. We are truly in a condition of what I've learned is called danger. And if we don't personally assess where we're at in that condition, and we don't personally apply that condition, we will cease to exist as a business, maybe even as an individual. That's the ice water bath that we were all just dipped in. So people singing kumbaya songs and posting positive things and hoping it all goes back to normal, they don't get it. Their confront is low. Their inability to see consequences has been, it's been taken away, or they allowed it to be taken away. So, but nonetheless, and I know this may sound controversial to some, but we have to find the silver lining in this. We have to walk away and go, okay, it all sucked, but I got to do something that makes me come out better. I don't know if you want to come out worse. I've decided not to come out worse as a result of this. I've decided to come out better and stronger physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, for my family, for my companies, for the people I consult. I am not going to go down the roller coaster because of this. Sorry about that. Disconnected there for a moment. I'm going to rise as a result. So, what are the new skill sets that you're going to have to learn? What is the new way to connect with people? Well, right now, everybody's home, or almost everybody's home, and they're on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and they're connecting through teleconferencing like never before. Personally, I've been putting out more content over the last 2 weeks, and my engagement is exploding. The amount of DMs and emails and phone calls I'm getting is radically higher than any other point. Why? 2 reasons. Number one, the audience is there, and I'm putting out content. I believe that I'm trying to put out valuable content to an audience that's watching. And number two, they're looking for solutions. See, we live in an economy now where certain companies are exploding as a result of this. Amazon is like, I don't know how many, tens of thousands of people. Why? Because people are home and they go, you know what? I don't want to risk getting a disease, so I won't go to the store or order it online, and I'll have it delivered to me. Pizza places are exploding. Why? I'll just have the food brought to me. But see, they were poised for success because they had those things in place, the skill sets, the technology, the systems. And what this COVID found in many businesses is they don't have those systems in place. They don't know how to survive when everybody's homebound. The amount of people that are reaching out to me going, how do I create a business that I can do from home is woo! Like everybody is thinking about this now to some greater or lesser degree. And this is why my phone calls are exploding. How do we use Facebook to gauge people? How do we create content? What's the best videos that I should be doing? And I realized something. See, back in 2007, 2008, when the economy crashed, I had a similar epiphany that I'm telling you right now. Like, I need to adapt or I'm going to die. I'm either going to be the great white shark or I'm going to be the dodo bird. And I knew in 2007, when the economy was crashing, I saw companies like LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube and all that. And so I went, you know what? I need to learn these technologies because I just intuitively knew that YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and blogging was going to be the new way for companies to market. And so that was 2007. I went to work for a gentleman named Bill McIntosh, had a web development internet marketing company, and I said, teach me everything you know. And I started reading books late at night, like David Meerman Scott's The New Rules for Marketing and PR, and I forget all the other books I was reading. So I was like consuming this new world of content marketing and internet marketing and blogging, and you know what I mean? Like I was just I think I read David Meerman Scott's book twice, and I bought his other books. And then Gary Vaynerchuk, I was following him on YouTube, and I was looking at where leaders were going and the type of content they were creating, like Grant Cardone and Dory Clark and so many others. And through emulation and through education, I developed evolution. I evolved myself as a marketing individual, as a brand. And I just said, and if you look at my earlier videos, I was dorky. I wasn't comfortable in front of a camera. I hadn't done it before. Put myself out there in the world. Now I'm comfortable in front of the camera. Why? Because I've done 300 of these. See, practice, 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 learn, practice, do, learn, practice, do, fall down, review what I did wrong, figure out how to fix it, study the market, study trends. But right now, you're going to have to learn all this if you're going to want to remain relevant and survive in this new economy. We don't have a choice. So you're going to have to ask yourself, do I have a strategy right now that if another virus came out a year from now, I'm totally set to rock and roll? I got the money in the bank. I got the personnel. I got the know-how. I got the systems. And if the answer is no, then you are leaving yourself in a state of liability. I'm not just saying this to you. I'm saying this to myself every night. I'm realizing that I've handed over my power of my economy to the economy. And what I have to do is take back my power, my causativeness, my proactiveness, my analytical spiritual powers, and develop a whole new way to survive despite all. Where am I going to live in case the shit goes down? What skills do I need personally? Am I in shape physically? Am I educated? Do I have the tools necessary to survive? As a business, do I have everything in place? Do I have the skills and know-how? Now, what will that evolution take me? Woo! It's going to take me hundreds, if not thousands of hours. It's going to take me months to put in place. And that's while burning the midnight oil. That's while working my ass off. But here's the good news. We have the capability of learning. We have the capability of adapting. If we're willing to. If we're willing to learn the new skills and stop whining about it, and stop telling ourselves, oh, it's just too hard and I don't understand the internet and I don't understand Facebook like you. Well, then cowboy or cowgirl up and learn it. Put in your time. Put in your hours. You want to get in shape? Put in your time. You want muscles? Put in your time. It's just like everything else, man. You're going to have to put in some time. You're going to have to put in the effort. That's just what it's going to take. You're going to have to learn new business skills. I'm learning new business skills. I already have skills. But I was like, whoa, there's a lot of skills I don't have. There's some blind spots that like, holy shit. If I don't handle this, I'm dead. I'm dead. Financially, spiritually, mentally dead if I don't adapt. So I started taking a look at all these things and I started reaching out and I was like, hey, this is the value that I can bring. Hey, what company have you thought about starting? And you know what? The moment I started promoting my positivity, my proactiveness, my mindset of we're going to make it, it started to attract opportunities. Because in their confusion, they're like, okay, who's going to help me, guide me through this shitstorm? And this is what I'm telling you. You need to become your own media mogul. You need to start learning how to understand where the audience is going, where the markets are going, how to communicate to those audiences, how to be relevant in this new marketplace. What technologies or team members do I need to start pulling together, empowering, and get rolling? I've had a good friend in California who's moving to Oregon. He's going to go get a ranch. He says, you know what, I'm done with California. I am going to a ranch. I'm getting some guns, and I'm going to live off the land and start a business. And we've been talking for days. We've probably spent at least 10 hours, and we finally figured out a business that we're going to do together up in Oregon. And it's like such a natural fit for both of us. We were like, woo, there it is. On the fly, we created a brand new business opportunity within 10 hours of coordinating and just, necessity. Another guy in San Diego that I know. I have a real estate client developer in Hollywood. His name's Brandon. And I was talking to Brandon, and he's like, "Oh my God, everything else." I said, "Brandon, this is where we grab market share. You get 10x. This is like you're going to become the next Donald Trump." He was like, "Yeah, real estate, man. We always thrive during bad times." Came up with a strategy, a content strategy, a social strategy, how to use marketing to grab all the market share. Doing a business with him. Look, if you want to innovate, you can. You're going to have to, I read this book called The Way to Happiness. And there's a chapter called Be Competent. I suggest you read it. You got to look. You got to learn. You got to practice. You want to rise above this shitstorm? You got to look. You got to look for opportunities. Look for people. Look for resources. Look for the correct information. Look for the helpers. Look for the mentors. You got to get out of your lizard brain. Stop being reactive and start looking and extroverting. And then you better be willing to learn. And when I mean learn, I mean study and burn the midnight oil. And you got to practice. You got to put yourself out there and you got to start doing it. And yes, you're going to fail at it. And yes, it's going to be difficult in the beginning. It's like if you've been eating donuts for 5 years and you weigh 300 pounds and you want to lose 100 pounds, I'm telling you, the first 6 months is going to be hard. You can't eat the donuts, so you got to overcome that addiction. You got to walk, so that makes your knees hurt. But guess what? If you stop eating the healthy grains and the donuts, start drinking water, eating protein and vegetables, and taking walks and working out with kettlebells, 6 months, you're going to be a transformed man. And it's the same with any skill set. You're going to have to put in the time. It's going to be difficult. You're going to want to cry and go, I don't understand that. Right. Those are called growing pains. Now, last piece of good news. If you need help, you should call me. Maybe we have a business opportunity together. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a great conversation. In some way, I can add value to your life. Maybe I can't. Maybe I will. But what the hell? What have you got to lose? You got plenty of time on your hands. Why don't you put some of that boring time that you've been calling it on social media? I see people post, I'm so bored. Like, wow, really? This is opportunity time to retool, relearn, gear up, start learning, start connecting, start finding out who you really are, and start telling the world on channels where they're at right now. So, through evolution, the shark and the bee and the crocodile have survived tens of millions of years. They've adapted to every tragedy that Earth has. The dodo bird's gone. Dodo bird is dead. See, some species evolve and survive, and some just succumb. So my friend, what are you going to be? A shark or the dodo bird? Think about that, and you have a great day.